Good evening, everyone. We'll call the public hearing regular city council meeting of Tuesday, May 8th to order. And this time, I'd like to invite any who wish to participate in the council as we rise for our invocation following our pledge of allegiance. I'd like to extend a courtesy of a special member of council. Please, sir.
Bow our heads. Dear Lord, thank you again for another day and allowing us to breathe here and convene on this day to make decisions, Father God, in your name, good Jesus. And ask that you continue to protect us, lead us, guide us, and lead our steps, and allow us to make the best decisions on today. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. This time, the chair will entertain a motion for approval, a motion to waive the reading and approve the minutes of May the 1st, 2018 special city council meeting. So moved. Second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Moving into presentations this evening, item A on our agenda is recognition of new hires. Nothing? Y'all just put that on there to mess with me? Okay. Fair enough. Proclamations, we have several proclamations this evening. The first, I would ask that our law enforcement delegates come to receive. This is for Peace Officers Memorial Day. This is recognizing May the 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day. You don't buy.
Waiting on you, Mr. Mayor.
So I'd like to give this to you so Jordan can take a picture of yours. Not just y'all.
What about you?
Not a wide enough lens, Chief. And while they're doing that, I wanted to also take this opportunity, our clerk, who is always thinking about the city, reminded me this morning that Ulysses Buck Dobson Sr., who many of my senior counterparts on council and many of you seniors here in the room will remember as a police officer for the city of Hartsville, was killed in the line of duty. It's actually the only officer that has been killed in the line of duty. He was our second African-American police officer. The first was Mr. Roosevelt. Any of y'all know that to be confirmed? And Ulysses was buried in the cemetery.
He was buried in the very end of the cemetery, but they moved his body to Green Home after Green Home.
After, okay.
Yes.
So the other interesting thing, and I'm going to pass this around so y'all can all kind of read the history, and I know y'all know this all too well because we have proclaimed this in 2012, I believe, right? Mayor Holt recognized him when some of his family was still alive, and they were, I want to say, kind of well into their 90s. Do you remember that, Johnny? I remember there was an urgency to recognize them while they were there.
Yeah, I do remember the family coming in there.
And so I thought maybe we could display this with the Peace Officers Memorial Day. This is being celebrated for being recognized, not celebrated, because he was killed in the line of duty. Officer Ulysses Buck Dobson month, so the month of May. And we have talked at length about having a permanent memorial. God forbid we would ever need to add to that, but we kind of decided that we wanted to do something that is very permanent when we get a new facility for police and fire, that we would do something that was a centerpiece to recognize him in perpetuity. So I did that to you all as well. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, gentlemen. Oh, this is. I'll get this back to you. That's the, yeah, but I wanted them to see that. Oh.
Thank y'all.
And if any of y'all that are, any of you that want to see that, you're certainly welcome to. Pass that through. So, the next proclamation is recognizing Bizzle's Food and Spirits Day. So we're going to adjourn for an hour, go across the street for complimentary
I was gonna say chicken fingers, Billy. Would you all please come up? This is recognizing 20 years of serving our community. What is probably the most impressive thing is that both of you got off from the restaurant to come here. So this will be very fast, because I know they're probably screaming at y'all to come back. Y'all come down and take a picture, all of us. So I'll read the whole proclamation while they come down. Celebrating 20 years of providing a strong tradition in our community. Business is giving thousands of dollars to youth programs through special fundraising events, including the Sunday buffet wait staff for volunteers, all geared towards education and community strengthening. And so most of you know, anybody that's raising money kind of makes that their home, and you guys give generously. It is a win-win for everybody. Business has also mentored new restaurateurs and business owners, embodying the spirit of collaboration, not competition. That is a very hard thing for restaurateurs to do. The fact that you understand that whole concept is actually just blows my mind, and it's commendable. You guys could have very easily said, we're going to go out of business if we get another restaurant, and y'all said, come on. Mm-hmm. And you haven't looked back. And what is not mentioned in here is, of all of the restaurants that we have, there's only one that has tables outside of their establishment and outdoor seating. So, but we still have to get your permit. So, right? But they got tables, so we're halfway there. Outdoor dining.
Waiting for you to send us the bill.
Pioneers in outdoor dining. No, I messed it up. All right. And also has served Coker students, faculty, and the public service staff during hurricanes and other emergencies and power outages. I know that the chiefs will testify to that. It's one thing to bring Gatorade to the police department. The firehouse is a whole other thing when you bring fried chicken, right? Yeah. That's right. So thank you all. Congratulations to you guys. No, come over.
I get a free pass.
Yeah, we won't hurt you. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
See you in just a little bit.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, our last recognition, they don't get proclamations because they already have sashes and crowns. So I'm probably going to get in trouble for introducing Mrs. Cottingham first, because Mary Claire thinks that you're her princess, or however that whole thing works. Right. So I don't know that we've brought you here before, or that we've brought a title holder in my short memory, but please come to the front. This is Danielle Cottingham. She is Miss All-America City. She just left Tringalen, where she was with Sarah Floyd, who's Miss Darlington, and they both talked about their platforms. They'll be competing in the Miss South Carolina pageant. I have extra tickets if any of y'all would like to join me there. It's a week-long event. But, man, oh, no, I don't. Mary Claire's giving our tickets away. So Mary Claire, who you all know is my youngest, has signed on to be Danielle's princess, which means you get a crown and a sash, right? Which is awesome. So I thought maybe you want to tell briefly, just tell them what your platform is so that they'll understand what you're trying to do that's a little bit different.
Yeah, sure. So my platform for Miss South Carolina is called Bounce Back, and it's all about resiliency. So the reason I chose this platform is because when I was 7 years old, I was actually run over by an all-terrain vehicle, and I had to get 40 plus stitches in my face. A few years later, I actually had to get surgery, and just from that event, I had to learn how to bounce back in my life and be resilient in the face of that tragedy. So I thought that was the perfect thing to promote in our community. So I've been working really hard. I just got crowned in February, and Miss South Carolina's in June, so I've really been digging, but that's what I've been working to promote in our community. Recently, I partnered with Miss Joanne DeLong at the United Way. I don't know if any of you guys saw that in the paper, but that's my journal project, which is an extension of my platform. So I've been donating journals to her. I've also donated some journals to Morningside Assisted Living because I volunteer there quite frequently, and then I'm planning planning on also donating some to the Trent Hill House shortly. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing right now in my community. And Mary Claire is my princess, so that's so fitting. And I have 3 other princesses as well who are also resilient. So we've all, 5 of us, been working hard in this community to try to make a difference in everyone's lives. So.
Thank you. Are you kidding? This is Christmas every day. So what's interesting about it is most people, as I understand it, most contestants sell ads that kind of promote their candidacy or highlight businesses. So she's taken all the money that she's raised and she's creating awareness for these 9 people in our community that have shown resilient lives, that have bounced. So kind of her story projected over 9 people that actually have experienced similar kind of challenges. So I think that maybe I could qualify as one of those 9s as having to live with that bundle of joy. We call her the mini hurricane. So just as another aside, Mary Claire is working very hard to convince the manager about instituting the Mermaid Club on Sunday afternoons at the water park. So the guy that says you can't bring the little tails that y'all swim in, he's sitting back there in the gray shirt. Let's go spend some time with him. I'm sure you can convince him otherwise, right? Mary Claire is also representing the 4th grade in Ella Ziegler's campaign election to be the treasurer? Secretary. She's a vote herder. That's what she is. All right. So that's it. Thank you all for coming. I know you all got to take off. You can't leave, so you sit right tight. Thank you. And you need my phone? You need my phone. All right. So that's it for proclamations this evening. The manager's update. Madam Manager.
We are, I think Sharon may have been in touch or will be in touch. May 29th, we are having our first reading of the budget. I think we were hoping for 5:30. Okay, we were looking at 4:30, but we'll go with 5:30. And then the second reading will be June 12th. So I just want to make sure you have that on your calendar. It's really important that we're all here. I'll say Finance Committee has met a lot, and we have a balanced budget, which is great. And we're happy to present that to you guys on May 29th. I was told today that people are worried about my mental health because Mary Catherine is leaving me next week. Kind of grew up together, I feel like. She's been with us several years, and I'm not crying yet, but this is her last council meeting, so I just wanted to point it out. I don't even know how many millions of dollars of grants she has worked on and brought to the city, but she's done an amazing job. So this is her last council meeting.
Well,
Don't cry.
please stand and tell us some parting thoughts.
No, don't. She also is graduating her master's in public administration.
You upset the
That was
dog.
amazing. Lots of amazing things going on.
So, Mary Catherine, we are going to miss you. We're glad you're not leaving the state, and we're glad that you're betrothed to a Hartsville boy.
Yeah,
That means you'll be coming back.
my heart is here, my family is here. I mean, I'll be here.
I forgot about your
See
family
me
story.
in Philo every weekend, so I'm not crying. I'm not saying anything. I love everybody.
I'll be going out of town. Leave on. That's all I have.
Did the chairman of finance wish to say anything specific about the budget or anything?
No, but I am indebted to the staff. They really whittled down what was a big deficit, and I think we spend the taxpayers' money very wisely. We can't penny, and very efficient as we can be, and continue to add additional efficiencies, which is good. So, but I appreciate all the help of other members of council who are on finance, and Mayor, and Councilman Wilson, and also the staff.
We plan to have packets for all of the councils prior to that date. Go through those meetings with me, Johnny, too, if needed, to talk through it.
And I'd urge you, as the packets come out, if you have questions, set up an appointment, and we'll meet with you and go through things, and sometimes it's real convoluted and Karen can usually get to the bottom of it real quickly rather than,
But I don't think we've had finance meeting shorter than 2.5 hours. We have spent 3 hours or something.
And
A
if,
lot of work.
the former finance chair would let the new finance chair know about bringing biscuits
Please.
and donuts, that would be helpful.
I didn't know about this. It could have changed.
Please.
Maybe when we're out.
Thank you.
I thought it might be Dunkin' Donuts.
So I thought maybe for our freshman, council member, it should, I'm picking on you. It should be noted that under, Bob's administration as chairman, for the first time in 125 years, we rolled back property taxes ever, 3%. Under Johnny's new administration as chairman, we have a really tough budget that gets balanced, where everybody gets their, the raises, the bonuses that they've worked hard for, and no added taxes.
And we're having to add an additional percentage for state retirement
Right.
each year for the next several years, so it was tough. And,
Yeah, tremendous challenges, and like you said, that team over there did a great job. But you don't bring breakfast, so. Yes, we are. All right, anything else? No, okay. Items for the consent agenda will be received without objection, they stand approved. Moving into unfinished business, item 6 on the agenda this evening is public hearing and final reading of ordinance 4332 for manager of Bone Steel.
Authorizing the lease of a portion of the property at 147 West Carolina Avenue to the Governor's School of Science and Math, the SSM Foundation.
Okay, you've heard the reading by title and the presentation by the city manager. At this time, the chair will move to open the public hearing. If you'd like to be heard on ordinance 4332, if you'll rise, state your name and address for the record, come to the front, and please limit your comments to 2 minutes or less. And hearing that there are none, the chair will move to close the public hearing and entertain any motions from the floor.
Mr. Mayor, make a motion that we pass ordinance 4332.
There's a motion, is there a second? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by nay? The ayes have it. Item 7 on the agenda is public hearing and final reading of ordinance 4333 for manager of Bone.
To amend the lease, cell phone partnership DBA Verizon Wireless for the installation of cellular equipment on the Full Street water tower.
Okay, you've heard the reading by title and presentation of the city manager. This time, the chair will move to open the public hearing. If you would like to be heard on ordinance 4333, if you'd rise, state your name and address for the record, come to the front, please limit your comments to 2 minutes or less. And hearing that there are none, the chair will move to close the public hearing and entertain any motions from the floor.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 4332.
Okay, is there any discussion on the ordinance? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by nay? The ayes have it. Under new business, item 8 on our agenda this evening is resolution 5-18-06. A resolution for approval of Hartsville Police Department to enter into a mutual aid agreement with the 4th Judicial Circuit Law Enforcement Traffic Network Team. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Is there any discussion on the resolution? Madam.
That I didn't see the Darlington County Sheriff's Office nor the Darlington County Police Department.
I believe we already have those agreements in place.
So that was,
Sorry. Chief?
I know we had one, but I just thought it was something new.
It is. This is for Florence County?
This is for the LEN for our network.
Oh, the LEN.
Yes.
Anything you want to add to that?
No, it brings officers from all over our network here to help, besides us going to other places and helping. And it works.
This covers us for liability as well.
Absolutely, yes.
Anything further, madam?
LEN is Law Enforcement Network.
That's correct.
Anything further, madam? No, okay. Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by nay. Resolution carries. Item 9 on the agenda, resolution 05-18-07, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Hartsville to amend the schedule of rates and charges for Neptune Island Water Park and other matters related thereto. Is there a motion to adopt?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the resolution?
Yes.
Madam?
Where can we locate the prices that are being amended? It doesn't show us
the schedule of rates and charges.
The only thing that wasn't indicated is the addition of the third-party prices. None of the other prices were changed. I would say the only other thing, Jordan, that we did was
Add in that it's, all applicable taxes.
the taxes. That's the only that we changed, no other prices changed.
Okay, anything,
Yes, whatever the state taxes are applicable to it, those will be applied, so third parties as well.
okay, any further questions?
Would we be able to get a copy of that resolution?
You can get a copy of anything that's public record, absolutely. Okay, if you'll just see the clerk, she'll take care of it. Okay, is there anything further for the resolution? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by nay. Resolution carries. Item 10 on the agenda is first reading of ordinance 4334. If the manager will give the presentation.
The lease a portion of property at 321 Bell Avenue from Drones and Joining Habitat for Humanity.
Okay, you've heard the reading by title and presentation of the city manager. Is there a motion to adopt?
Mr. Mayor, make a motion that we pass ordinance 4334.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all, madam?
How soon is this going to take, go into place?
I believe it's already,
This is an ordinance, so we'll have a second reading at the, June 12th meeting.
you're talking about the actual camera.
And then it can go after that, so we can't move forward until after you guys.
The others are already installed for our properties. Yeah. Okay. Anything?
400 bucks already installed.
Yeah, the one that y'all passed last week it will soon be installed. Y'all approved it last week.
How soon be it soon?
I can speak with the contractor tomorrow and shoot you an email and let you know.
Well, you can't pull the trigger till after the second reading.
No, she's talking about the one that was just approved last Tuesday.
That's the one for the Goodson property?
Yes, sir. He moves pretty quickly.
How many do they already have up? I see a couple.
We've got a couple of cemetery.
Yeah. After the little fire park.
We did 8 as a part of the CDBG grant match, and then we did an additional 2 outside of the scope of the grant, and those are the 2 that are going on Bell.
So those other 8 are already up?
They are all up, yeah.
Okay, anything further? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by nay. First reading passes. Chair will entertain a motion to enter executive session pursuant to South Carolina Code Freedom of Information Act, Section 30-4-70, Paragraph A, Subparagraph 1, for the discussion of appointments to various boards, commissions, and committees. Is there such a motion? So moved. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by nay. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand in executive session. Thank you for